everyone, and welcome to week 4. Can you believe we're in week 4 already? This week runs from May the 11th to May the 17th. It's an honor and privilege to be here with you this week, and I'm going to start this week with talking about my attire. This week is Convocation Week at the University of Prince Edward Island. I have my gown on, see my hat. Usually you get a hat when you have a PhD. Masters, you don't get the hat. But anyway, why do I have this on? You know, this week I phoned you. I phoned everybody in the class. I left some messages, and I was really touched at not just talking about educational leadership in your newsletter article. I was really touched at speaking to you as a person, speaking to some people, their husbands, mothers, friends that I left messages with, and I realized the wonderful thing that you're doing. Let me talk further. I'm going to take this hat off now. I'm so proud that you're in this program. I'm so proud that you're pursuing a Master's of Education. And I wanted just to take a few minutes this week to tell you that you've got this goal, and it's going to be yours soon. This is for many of you, this is your 3rd class, and at the end you'll get a Master's of Education. And I just wanted to take a minute to bring that vision and that goal to the forefront of what we're doing in this class. So many of you, all of you, are leading busy lives. Incredible. When I phoned you and I heard the children in the background and I talked to your spouses and your partners, it really made me realize all the sacrifices that you're giving to get this Master's of Education. So I just want to say how proud I am and how wonderful it is to be with you on this journey. Plus, it is Convocation Week at the University of Prince Edward Island, thus the robe. Okay, let's get straight into the content of week 4. I have 3 main purposes of this video. I want to recap week 3, talk a little bit about your discussion forum and your newsletter articles that you handed in. I want to introduce week 4 and the discussion forum for this week. And I also want to talk a little bit about your major paper, because now that we have the newsletter article done, it's major paper time. Okay, let's quickly get to week 3 recap on discussion forum about leadership theories. Oh, I love leadership theories. We could have had a whole course just on leadership theories. Nonetheless, there are other things to talk about in the course, but this last week was just so much fun. We talked about North House's transformational leadership, transactional leadership, instructional leadership, women in leadership. Wonderful things said in the discussion forum. In the first question, I asked about your action plan and applying a transformational leadership concept to your action plan. I'll just give you some examples of some of the answers. Cara said that she's going to work on North House's concept of transformational leadership and engage students and create connections with students, between students, in a mini sports program for students with special needs. Nicole talked about herself as an educational teacher leader and how important it was to create vision within her classroom. Greg talked about his original action plan where he was going to promote, or is promoting, a breakfast program within his school. He talked about how difficult it might be for some students to sign up for this breakfast program because they have to go through teachers and they have to fill in slips. And then he reminded everyone that North House stated that in the end, transformational leadership results in people feeling better about themselves, and he questioned if the protocol of the breakfast program actually did that. So I love the way you took your concept and you applied the leadership theory to it. Those are examples of analytical writing and examples of graduate level writing. So that's wonderful. In your second discussion forum, it was about women in leadership. Oh, fascinating answers. Just to give a few, Jamie said, in the Sandberg video, I did not agree with everything she said, but I did find it interesting when she spoke about gender blindness and how women sometimes underestimate themselves. Marie said, I disagree with some of what Sandberg has to say. I actually believe that we put more pressure on our girls than our boys to succeed. So the discussion forums were fabulous last week. Oh, I love the analytical aspect that you're bringing to the questions. Well done. And how you bring in the readings to help support what you're saying. Very, very nice. Higher level of thinking, higher level of writing according to Bloom's taxonomy. And we want that higher level in graduate work. Very, very good. Graduate work. All right, let's just do a quick recap. Last week, we finished newsletter articles. Yay! I should put some music in the background for that. Well done. We have the first assignment done. I think you've got a great taste of what I'm looking for graduate level writing. Topic sentence, closing sentence, analyze the content. Well done. Oh, also, please do this if you haven't already. If you have an interest in publishing in the PEI Association of School Administrators newsletter, I had a couple questions. What does that mean? I'm going to get your newsletter back to you as quickly as possible. Then I'd like you to do one more revision. This is if you're interested in publishing in that newsletter. Send it to me and I'm going to put it in the newsletter. So really, what is your responsibility if you want to publish? When I send you your final copy back with more feedback, do one more revision, send it to me, and then I'm going to put it in the newsletter. All right, so if you're interested in that, I have 2 people interested already. If anybody else is interested, please let me know. Send me an email and say, hey Jane, I'm interested in putting my article in that newsletter. That'll give me a heads up to be really, really extra careful when I go through your newsletter to make sure that your writing is going to be I want to say not hurt you in any way. Like, I'm going to watch for that. You might have some words that I might tell you to change some words if I know that you want this published. I don't know if I explained that very well, but I'm going to have a little bit more of a hawk eye for your assignment if you're going to publish it. Even if you're not, I'm still going to give you feedback, so I'm still going to do my best to give you feedback as well if you're not going to publish it. And a reminder, whether or not you publish it has no influence whatsoever on the mark that you get. If you don't want to publish it, absolutely fine, no problem. All right, that was a recap of week 3. Week 4 readings. Oh, they're wonderful. Oh, they're wonderful. Patterson, Make It Safe. I think it's chapter 5 of his article. Nice, easy read. I don't know, maybe 35 minutes. It starts with a romantic sexual story. I bet you never thought you'd see that in an educational leadership course, huh? But it's an adult class, we can handle it. If that doesn't intrigue you to write that article, read that article, I don't know what will. In summary, this chapter is about making it safe. It's about stepping out and making it safe, promoting a mutual purpose, apologizing when appropriate, making sure that you fix misunderstandings and creating a mutual purpose. Have a read of that. Next is a webinar. This is a 45-minute webinar, but it's very, very good. They have a couple of funny stories in there, or role models in there as well. It's a very good 45 minutes. Sit back and enjoy that webinar. One of the funny skits is at about 17 minutes where there is this guy, his name is Michael, and he's your teammate, and he really needs some help in his social skills. Rah! You'll know what I mean if you watch the webinar. At 37 minutes, there's another video. It's a little bit sarcastic, but maybe you'll find it funny. I don't know. Humor is sometimes. Anyway, have a watch of that webinar. It's about difficult conversations, crucial conversations, and it's another way, another instructional method. We've got a lot of reading. How about watching through viewing? So I hope you enjoy that. Okay, the Ontario Principals Council Engaging in Challenging Conversation. The chapter is another easy read. It's much similar to Patterson's, but I think that's okay because explaining it twice, maybe the second time in a little bit of a subtly different way, explaining crucial conversations or challenging conversations in a slightly different way, I think that is effective. So have a read of that. I think you'll enjoy it, I really do. And then the last one, I have 3 mini videos up there. They're on nonviolent communication. I just want to give you a background of this. In the past, I've also had an article on this topic, but it's too much for you, I think, so I just put the videos in. And just give you a background. Nonviolent communication was developed by Marshall Rosenberg in the 1960s. It's a type of communication process which is often used to resolve conflict. He's even done this internationally with international leaders. Now this type of crucial conversation is more based on emotion as compared to Patterson et al. And the Ontario Principals Council's way of dealing with crucial conversation. For the nonviolent communication by Rosenberg, he talks about self-empathy or awareness of one's own feelings. That's the first step. Empathy of other people's feelings and articulating what you think other people are feeling. And then inspiring compassion and a way forward. So have a watch of those videos. A couple of years ago I gave it to my graduate students, and one graduate student, this was a face-to-face class when I taught educational leadership, and she said, I watched the nonviolent communication videos, I tried it out on my husband and he said, is something the matter with you? So, okay, my point there is nonviolent communication, I think, works most effectively when both parties know how to use it. So once again, with everything that you're reading, look at what you agree with and look at what you potentially disagree with, because we're promoting higher analytical skills in a graduate program. So have a look at those videos and see what you think. I didn't base a discussion forum question on those videos, but still have a look at another way of dealing with crucial conversations. In your discussion forums, you've got two questions. The first one's based on Patterson et al. And the webinar. I'm just asking you to think of a badly handled conversation and explain one aspect of it. I just gave an overview of that question. I have a more detailed account of it on Moodle. Question number 2 deals with the Ontario Principal Council's article, and I want you to think of a crucial conversation or a problem that you need to address now or in the future. And I want you to identify the issues in it. So that might help you actually go and do that crucial conversation. So the first question is based on a past experience, and the second question is based on a crucial conversation that you probably need to have either now or in the future. Okay, I've got about 3 minutes left to talk about the major paper. The end of this week, you need to have a title, or at least a working title, it might change, for your major paper. And this is how I'd like you to hand it in. Abstract, it's not written there, but keep a page for the abstract. This. Page 3, this is what you need to hand in, about a page by the end of this week. Now, on Moodle, I put an example of the start to your major paper. So I put some notes up here, and you can read it. Title, here is your authorship. Remember to put in your middle initial and your affiliation, which is Prince Edward Island. You must have an abstract for this article. I'll talk about abstracts next week, because I don't want to overburden you this week. But right now, just keep it empty, but keep that page there. Okay, this is what you now have to hand in this week. I want a funnel introductory paragraph. So here you talk about your topic broadly, and then you get to the essence of it. Second paragraph, somewhere in here, I need a purpose statement, and I need this is where you put your table of contents of what your paper is going to be about. So your purpose, and in this article I will talk about blah 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 blah, second I will talk about blah 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 blah, and third I will talk about blah 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 blah. I'm expecting 1 page from you by the end of the week. Maybe it might go over a little bit. Take a look at the example of the start to your major paper that I put on Moodle for week 4. This will be a great guide to show you what I'm looking for week 1 hand-in. You don't need to have all the pages, but once again, what I'm looking for week 1, what you need to hand in this week, title page, empty abstract, and really just 1 page that consists of 2 paragraphs. This funnel introductory paragraph and this table of contents paragraph with your purpose statement. So that's what I'm looking for this week. I know in the course outline I said title, purpose statement, introductory paragraph, but there is a better explanation of what I'm looking for this week. Also, this is a very important week because in the past, for the newsletter, I went through your whole article. I'm not going to do that for this one because you have lots of feedback from your newsletter article. If you know where you're going with your first page, you should be okay with your major paper. Of course, you can send me emails and ask me about specific paragraphs and such, but I won't be going through your major paper from start to finish like I did with your newsletter article. So bear that in mind. This week's very important to get your page number 1 in so that we can start your major paper. Okay. At this point, I'm really excited about week 4. You've got great readings ahead of you. I'm so pleased to be your instructor, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.